Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Cosmic Mistress podcast. I'm Amanda, and today we have Marni Mae here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. So Marni Mae is a mystic, a mysticism and frequencies junkie. She's also a voice activation facilitator.
Sure am.
And so Marni, tell us what all of that means to you and your journey into that.
Yeah, first of all, thank you for having me. It is a privilege to be here. So over the last, I would say, 20 years, I've been fascinated with transformation and understanding personal development, who we are in the world and why we're here. Mm-hmm. And I was in business consulting. So I was facilitating in the business world for many years. And then I burnt out. And I realized I was totally misaligned, even though life looked really great on paper. It was this life I thought I was supposed to live and not the life I actually was here to live. Mm-hmm. And so over the last decade, I've been traveling the world, studying mysticism with masters in everything from shamanism and different medicine traditions to modern day psychology. And it's been one of the biggest privileges of my life to learn about what is beyond the known and what different cultures, whether that's modern day culture and lineage or it's different traditions from yoga and shamanism, what they all have to say about who we are and why we're here. Yeah.
I love that. Thank you.
Sure.
So with the piece of your voice, I would love for you to share a little bit around what because I've heard you sing. I know what you do. I know how you show up in the world, and it's definitely one of your gifts. You have many, but this one's very strong, and it's very strong as your ability to support others in coming into their voice too. So I'm curious what your journey was like, childhood to now, with your voice.
One of my favorite things to talk about. So thanks for asking. Thanks.
I just want to be closer to you. There we go.
All I want to do is curl up inside your skin. Okay. So
same.
So, all right, the journey to voice activation. It's interesting. I've been reflecting on this a lot lately. So when I was a little girl, I loved singing, loved it. And if you look at my journals from when I was, 8 to 13, it was always, I'm going to be a star. I'm going to be on stage and I'm going to be singing. And that's my dream. And then somewhere around high school time, I was rejected from every single singing group. And throughout my life, I think it's a pretty common tale, but there were different points where people told me stop singing or be quiet or not right now. And so I developed a belief that my voice wasn't good, first of all. Nobody cared what I had to say. And I was better off just being quiet because that would help me fit in. And a big, core wound of mine is I have to belong. Belonging. I really want to belong, right?
Same. Yeah, it's so instinctual. We all want that.
It's critical because back when we were nomads, if you didn't belong in the tribe, it was a death sentence. Yeah. So it literally feels in our system still like life or death to not belong. Yeah. And so at a very young age, I was very aware of this desire to belong and to be a chameleon, who I needed to be in order to belong. And so I stopped understanding who I was and started to play the role of who I thought I needed to be to get the love that I desperately wanted in the world.
And not relatable at all.
No, I'm the only one. Nobody has ever related to this story. So I was rejected from all the singing groups. I stopped singing. I would sing in the shower. I would sing whenever I could. But
when it was safe.
When it was safe. Exactly. So then, fast forward, I went to college. I got the good grades, went to the good college. I went to university at Vanderbilt in Nashville, and I studied something called human and organization development and corporate strategy. And so I knew I wanted to be a consultant, because I liked telling people what to do. I liked traveling, and I loved business. So consulting was a perfect segue. And when I went into consulting, I met who would turn to be out to be my fiance. And we were living the path to the white picket fence. And it turned out that he was gay and he had been cheating on me for half of our relationship, not with one, not with two, not even with 3 men, but with 14 men.
How did you come to that information?
Yeah, it was a journey because a lot of what I did throughout my life was self-abandon, right? So as a kid, after I was told no to the singing groups, I was like, well, then I no longer want to be a singer.
Mm-hmm.
So I left that part of me behind. When I was in this relationship, there were parts of me that I think always knew that something wasn't right.
Mm-hmm.
And all right, so this is a kind of funny story. Back to high school times, I had this fear of being left by a man for another man.
Whoa.
I know. I don't know if you would call it prophecy or you would call it manifestation.
Like this just dropped in, like nothing like prompted it, or you didn't.
So a couple of my girlfriends, their dads left their moms for other men.
Wow.
And I remember thinking, oh, that could be me. And I don't know if were you a boy band? Like,
oh, yes.
Okay. So
Fifth grade, first concert, NSYNC.
So I was an NSYNC girl.
Same.
And people would ask me, who's the hottest NSYNC guy? And
okay.
It was Lance Bass for me,
yeah.
100%.
Well, I think it was for a lot of us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for
I think that could have happened to anyone.
I think any of this could happen to anyone. I don't feel so alone. And yet a lot of this fear just came up. I was just like, oh, like, I don't know. I had this idea like, oh, I might be left by a man for another man. And that was a fear that I had.
And you had evidence for it. Like it was happening for other people. And so, and I remember my mom saying to me in high school, she said, well, that won't happen to you because you love yourself too much. And I remember thinking, oh, okay, maybe that won't happen because I do love myself. But I actually didn't know what loving myself really was. Yeah.
Because I was so busy abandoning myself just to belong and be loved by other people.
Yeah.
So I get into this relationship. We're engaged. We're traveling the world. And because I had this fear, I brought it up to him. And I had a curiosity because there were moments where I was like, maybe. So
moments where he might be into men?
He might be into men, yeah. And so we ended up having this secret. That was our secret. He was like, well, I don't think I want to be with a man, but I might be attracted to men. And I was like, well, I'm attracted to people. So like you can be attracted to people. I can be attracted to people, like, but we're choosing each other. And then at one point I said, hey, like, why don't you explore this? Why don't we explore it? Because I want you to be happy and I want to be happy. I don't want to be left by a man for another man.
Right.
So let's figure this out together. But by the time we got engaged, I figured we hadn't tested anything out. So he must just be choosing me. And that was that.
Yeah.
So we traveled around the world together. We took a sabbatical from Accenture, traveled the world together. And after about 10 months, came home. There's some details I'll be leaving out for the purposes of a podcast. But I'll tell you later. They're juicy.
Great.
We were traveling and some experiences happened where I fully self-abandoned, where I just wanted him to take care of everything. I just wanted it to be his show and I was just kind of a part of it. And then we got home and my family was there and the people that I loved were there. And I started to remember my own strength and my own power and who I was. And I realized that certain ways that I was being treated were just not okay. Yeah. And I had tolerated them for comfort and for safety, or what I perceived as comfort and safety at the time.
Yeah.
So how did I ultimately find out? He ultimately told me. We were home and I'll never forget it. It was devastating. But he said to me, oh, well, now that you're in your power again, I remember why I loved you. So I have something I have to tell you.
Ooh, and what a way to
really got you in there. But I remember being relieved. I was like, oh my God, this was not the relationship that I thought.
Yeah.
This was not the fairy tale relationship I dreamed of growing up.
Yeah.
But it was the relationship that was there that I had abandoned myself to stay in. And then as I started to get that power back, and then he had this, hey, by the way, this is what happened. We had the conversation. I wanted to know every detail. And through that information, I was like, okay, I think I can leave. But I had this one issue that I'm in a new relationship now, and it came up recently. I was like, oh, wow, this is still a fear that I have sometimes, where we were so public about our relationship that I was afraid of what are other people going to think if I leave.
Yeah.
So again, I'm like, it's not about what I need. It's like, how am I going to be perceived?
Yeah.
But at some point, it was just like, no, this is bad. Like, we're going to leave. And the universe was really looking out for me and just put me on this other path. But I say that was an experience that was heartbreak that led to heart opening, where I'd abandoned my voice in the moments where I knew things weren't right. I knew that he was, flirting with that guy over there or whatever it might have been.
Yeah.
I just had lied to myself to continue the relationship.
Yeah.
And so it was just this another experience of not using my voice, of abandoning myself so that I could belong.
Mm.
And then, but it led to this heart opening and my reconnection to spirituality. And so I started, my mom was a yoga teacher. My dad was doing yoga since I was like a baby. So I had exposure to spirituality and yoga specifically all my life.
Mm-hmm.
But I had kind of lost touch with it. And then it started to awaken this desire to connect to something bigger than myself. And as I did, I realized I went back. I was in consulting. I was working at Google at the time. And I realized if I couldn't be happy at Google, which is the happiest place to work in the world, maybe it wasn't actually an issue with my environment, but it was a soul misalignment and it was a me issue. And I got to look at me now.
Mm-hmm.
And so
this all came just reflection with yourself.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Well, being miserable at Google, I mean, they were paying for all of my expenses in San
Mm-hmm.
Francisco. It was like the dream job, the ideal life. And I felt empty.
Mm-hmm.
And so I realized something wasn't right,
Mm-hmm.
even though everything looked really good on paper.
Yeah, I want to highlight that too, because I think it's what a beautiful opportunity to notice that and not settle. And I know that there's so many people that notice that and still doubt and question.
Yeah.
And it takes a long time. It takes, sometimes it takes us hitting rock bottom or having a really terrible experience, but also I don't think that it has to. I don't think it has to get to that point. And one thing I want to touch on too that you said, no matter how painful an experience for us, like what you had with your ex-fiance, it's almost like when that quote, the truth will set you free. But you said that you felt relief. And oftentimes we're so scared of the pain that comes with the truth. It doesn't matter how painful it is. There is so much relief because that is truth. There's relief in truth. There's no more hiding.
Yeah. It's so true. I think that there's statistics around how people will stay in discomfort because it's what's known versus the potential for the relief in the unknown. But because the unknown is so scary, not being willing to risk. And I think risking is one of the values that I hold highest in life. To risk is to live truly.
Yeah.
And
to love.
And to love. Absolutely. There's so much, but in that moment when I decided to leave Accenture or to leave consulting, I will never forget that feeling. It was like my heart had this light at the center of it that just exploded open. And I remember getting on a phone call with my sister and she's like, "What's wrong with you? You seem like really happy." I was like, I am really happy.
And knowing both of you, that's just, or all three of you, but
no, my baby sister. Yeah.
Just knowing that's just you,
But I was, but like, me as happy, right?
Right.
But
I know you now.
You know me now. But that version of me before was not this like bubbly. I mean, yes, I had bubbly personality, but it wasn't the same light that exuded from me then because it was dimmed because I had been dimming it. And I remember when I made the decision, and okay, you talked about how it doesn't have to get this bad. It doesn't. For me, it did. Like, I think the universe sends us signs, right? The universe will kind of tap you. It'll like,
I've had situations where it's like, I don't know if it had to get that bad, but like it probably did.
It did
because I didn't pay attention the other times.
It probably, the universe was tapping you on the shoulder and like gently nudging you.
And then picking me up and throwing me into the ocean.
Literally kicking your ass and throwing you on the concrete. Yeah, absolutely. And so that's what it took for me because I can be a little thick sometimes. So at the time I was like, okay, you need to be very clear with me, universe. Where do you want me to go? What do you need here?
Yeah.
And so for me, everything looked great on paper. I mean, I had the great position. I was in the team that was really prestigious. I was on the accounts that looked really good. Everything looked great. But what people didn't realize was if I hadn't left, I probably would have gotten fired. Like, I was at a point where I was sabotaging so much that even though I had great advocates and I had set myself up for success in a lot of ways,
that would have given you the relief as well. That's
exactly
what you wanted. Yeah.
Exactly. So I think that it's this really great opportunity to pay attention to ourselves and our true desires. Like, it's an invitation, and I now will not let it get that bad again. But it was an invitation to look at myself and be like, wait, this isn't in alignment. And language I'd use now from a music and a voice perspective is this isn't an attunement.
I love that.
It's not attuned.
I love that.
It's not resonant. It's not in my unique frequency. So after leaving consulting, I still wasn't singing yet, but I was on this path of transformation and personal discovery, and very grateful for everything. Like, I think that's another thing. The universe is conspiring in our favor, right?
Always.
So whether it was the fiance or the choir that I was rejected from, or it was almost getting fired and leaving Accenture, and they were amazing. They gave me sabbatical. They like supported me. It was incredible. Like I couldn't have had a better situation.
Just wasn't you.
It just wasn't me.
Yeah.
And at every moment it felt like, oh shoot, like something's wrong.
I think there's guilt that kicks in then too, because when you stay at a position like that and it feels like you should be so grateful for like this opportunity and what they're providing for you. And it's like the longer you stay, also the longer the guilt builds, because it's like, why am I not enjoying this? Like, why am I not grateful?
Yeah. I think gratitude is a choice. In every moment, I could have chosen gratitude. At that point, I wasn't aware of it, and I certainly wasn't choosing gratitude. I was looking at what was wrong everywhere I turned.
Yeah.
For anybody who is considering whether or not they have to leave their job
or relationship
or whatever it is that's not in alignment right now, I think that the invitation isn't, do you have to leave? It's what do you want?
What do you want?
What do you want?
Who do you want to become? And are these the environments that support that for you?
And can you be committed to becoming that version of yourself where you are, right? Because it may be that exactly where you are is perfect for who you're becoming. It's not a shift in the environment that's required.
It's within you.
It's within you. Because wherever I went, there I was. Wherever I went within the journey of, traveling around the world for the last 10 years, I was still there. My chaos was still there. My mess was still there. And for the first bit of my travels, I was just running around trying to escape myself until I started to actually go in and know myself. And that's when things started to really shift. But to answer your question about voice, it was a decade ago now. I was a few months into my journey, and I knew that I wanted to study mysticism. I knew I wanted to learn with shamans, but I didn't know what that meant yet. And my twin sister was leading a retreat in Ecuador, and there was a medicine woman there named Mama Rosa. And Mama Rosa came to do cleanses for us, limpias. And she looked at me during the cleanse and she said, I see shamanism in you. Come live with me. We can activate this. And I want to teach you and learn together. I was like, absolutely. I canceled whatever tentative plans I had for the next month and decided I was going to live with her and get activated and learn from her. We were in the hospital because she's a midwife. And in this one hospital in Otavalo,
it's a shaman midwife.
Yeah, listen to this. They have this program where in the Western hospital, they brought an indigenous medicine woman to help with indigenous births. So they were safe in an environment where, God forbid, there were an emergency, they had all the equipment, but they could do a traditional, almost home birth in this environment. Right. So she's a medicine woman, she's a midwife, shaman, incredible woman. Like, really, this woman changed my life. She brought me in to a delivery, which you're a mother, you've given birth.
I have.
Yes, you have.
That's what happens.
It's what it does. You've seen it, you've experienced it.
It's a process. Yep. Seen it. I've seen other people give birth as a nurse too.
Right. And I am not a mother yet, and I had not seen anybody give birth.
It's a thing.
What they don't tell you is how traumatizing it is.
It's messy and it's
and
beautiful.
And beautiful and incredible. This young woman was an indigenous woman who was maybe, I would say, 16, 17 years old and had no idea what was going on and was very scared and in a lot of pain. And so Mama Rosa looked at me and she said, you have to sing to her. Now, remember, I'm not singing at this point. And I'm like, well, I don't want to hurt her. That was the thought I had. I don't want to hurt her. Like, I don't want to be intrusive. Like,
where was that coming from?
I mean, the belief that I'm too much. That if I show up fully, if I do something, it's likely going to hurt somebody, especially someone
who's already in distress a little bit, or or was that just the general?
Well, she was already in pain. It couldn't get much worse, but I think it was a more general idea of like, I don't want to cause pain, and I don't want my voice and my presence to be disruptive.
Ooh.
It's part of the staying small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if I do, maybe I won't belong.
Yeah. Well, if I hurt
cause
someone,
people pain, I definitely won't. Yeah.
if I hurt someone, I'm getting kicked out of here.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe Mama Rosa doesn't love me anymore. You know, the whole line of thought that says I don't belong, my voice doesn't matter, and I should probably stay quiet.
Yeah.
And she looked at me and she said, "No, sing." And I was like, "Okay."
Like, didn't tell you what to sing.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. Why would she tell me what to sing? I had no idea what to sing.
I love this woman.
She's amazing. 10 out of 10 recommend.
So then what happened?
So I sang.
What did you sing?
I sang the Mahamrityunjaya mantra, which is, some people know it as the Triambakam, but it's a Sanskrit mantra, which is said to be really powerful at the beginning of a journey, of some kind of a travel.
Was that something you were already obviously very familiar with, had sang a bunch? Is it something that just came to you in the moment? Like, how did you land on that?
Yeah, so one of the beautiful gifts about music is it is all around us all the time. And should we choose to, we can tune into the music that the universe wants to sing through us in any given moment. And just by existing, we are singing the song of the universe. Like every cell in your body is humming right now.
Yeah.
And every cell in my body is humming right now.
I have goosebumps.
This is truth, right?
Yeah.
This is the truth. We are music. And when we attune our channel, when we attune to our resonant frequency, we can allow the music of the universe to play through us. And we contribute to that universal song.
Creating coherence.
Coherence through music.
Yeah.
That's it. Well, it's universe, one song. We are creating a universal song in every given moment. And so in that moment, that song came through to me. And that was the first mantra that I actually really learned. That it wasn't passed to me until recently, but it was the first mantra that came through me, that I heard it. And then it was almost like I hadn't heard it before, but it was like singing through me at one point. So then I started to learn it. And I'm sure I sang it completely imperfectly at the time, but the heart and the intention of the mantra was there. And so I sang this mantra, and then I may have toned a little bit, or I can't really remember what happened at that point. It's all a blur. But I do remember going back the next day to check on the woman and her baby. And she looked at me and she said, "When you sang, the pain went away." Yeah. And what that meant to me wasn't like, oh, it's because my voice is beautiful or anything like that. I mean, I tend to love my voice, but it wasn't about that. It was that the voice and music have the power to transform our physical reality by transforming our brain as well. And everything in this reality that we live in is light and sound. Everything is frequency.
Was healing.
Yeah. So because I was shifting the sound frequency, it was shifting the physical reality of her experience. And that's when I realized the power of music and the power of voice.
And that it wasn't about it sounding a certain way.
No.
It wasn't about perfection. It wasn't,
It was the heart, the intention, the presence, and the trust. I think that's the biggest part, is getting out of the way. Now when I'm singing, it's about what wants to be sung through me. Like I think of it very spiritually, very much like I'm an instrument for the divine, and the divine plays through me.
Yeah.
And so if I get out of the way, whatever's needed comes through. And I believe that every spirit has contracted to be here, and everyone that we meet, we've contracted to support each other. And I think before we started rolling, you were talking about that we have keys to unlock in each other. I believe that deeply, that if you and I are in the same space, or somehow our spirits cross paths, it's because there's something in you that gets to unlock something in me.
Yes.
And vice versa. And I happen to be of the belief that music is the most powerful tool for transitioning and transforming those keys between us. So if you're holding something and I'm holding something, there's a frequency of that thing that we're holding for each other. Through music, through the sound waves, that can be transitioned from one to the other. And that's the power of music in transformation. Yeah.
I love that. And also the power that comes with trusting yourself enough not only to sing and share what's trying to come through, but also with your just voice in general and speaking. Like I think back to, you know, what you shared around your experiences and the self-betrayal
Yeah.
and abandonment, like it's abandonment of your truth.
Yes.
And like, what is the cost of that as we continue to do that? And thinking about too, like the story that you told, what I heard too is that there was a consistent pattern with you and your ex-fiance with the self-abandonment and with the self-betrayal. And I think that speaks to the power of the people that you're around and the people that you're with.
Yes.
And the power of surrounding yourself with people who know themselves, who trust themselves, and how that is just a gift being in the presence of that and how you can attune to that too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's so many people who talk about the importance of the people that you surround yourself with, right? Mm-hmm. And that your energy is directly affected by the 10 closest people to you, right? Mm-hmm. And so if you want to elevate yourself, find people who are a step ahead of you on the journey so that you can attune to their, like I will talk about it in terms of attunement. You want to attune to their frequency. They're tuned to something. You want to tune into whatever they're tuned into, right?
Yeah. Also, how powerful too to just, you only need one person to shift the energy. So if you decide that you're no longer going to self-betray or self-abandon, you're going to finally use your voice and tell your truth, that can shift so many things for everyone else too.
Oh, 100%.
You don't have to wait for somebody else to do it.
It's exactly in you. You absolutely do not have to wait. And it doesn't require permission, though it can be supportive. And that's why community matters. That's why belonging does matter. Because it's not about abandoning yourself to belong. It's about like letting your freak flag fly.
Totally.
So that you're resonating with the people who are meant to be harmonizing with you, right?
I think with that too, there's the journey of leaving behind the identity that you created in order to fit in, which didn't bring you that belonging.
Yeah.
And I think there's a little in-between piece where you finally feel safe and settled enough within yourself to walk alone and wait for the community to come to you and for them to show up, because they will. Yeah. And I think a lot of times we have to be in that place of being so secure, so safe and confident just within ourselves first.
Yes. That's leadership, right? Going first is leadership. And there's nothing more selfish than not being your truest self.
Say more.
I was talking about this today. So, like I said, Universe, one song. We are instruments in a universal orchestra, co-creating the music of life in every moment. But that means, Mark Twain said it best, the two most important days of your life, the day you're born and the day you discover why. Right? So that means that you have a why. A why you're here.
Every single person.
Every single person has a why they were born. And it might not be as distinct as one why, one thing, but you have a resonance that you uniquely carry that is necessary in this moment. Every single person is equally critical to this universal song.
Everyone matters.
Everyone matters. Your voice matters. Your message matters. You matter. Period. And so when any of us decides, I'm going to compromise who I am to fit in, you're not just robbing yourself of your most impactful experience in life, like the most alive, vivacious life that you could live. You're robbing the world of the
everyone that is connected to your why.
Absolutely, because you...
And experiencing you.
Absolutely, because you have an imprint to leave in this world. And you will never know the end of the ripples that you will create in this lifetime.
So tell us how your voice has an impact in the discovery of your why. Whether that's your own personal experience with that, or even like what you're guiding people into now with their voice and their why.
Sure.
Or even a deepening into their why.
It's intrinsically connected. So everyone has a why, and everyone has that purpose, the vision, the purpose, the mission, all of that they're here for. I call it your unique frequency, right? Your imprint that you're leaving into the world, your harmony in this universal song, your part that you're playing. When you resonate at that unique frequency, at that why, you can attune to the radio station that is your channel. And so when you tune into that channel, your message, your purpose, your vision becomes so clear that it's almost like, I think of it in terms of the divine, but the divine starts moving through you and pulling you forward. But then that frequency exudes from you, such that the people, the experiences, the opportunities that are aligned and resonant with you and your why, your vision, your mission start to be attracted into you. It's almost like this flow and ease.
Magnetism.
It's magnetism.
Clarity and magnetism.
That's become evident for me as I've connected to my why around using my voice, sharing it, music as medicine. You know, music is a metaphor for life and a tool for transformation.
Yeah.
And when I clicked into that everyone is music, everyone has a song. I have a song and I get to sing it loudly and proudly and take up space, right? When I realized that and realized that people like me didn't understand that about themselves. It's like that mission, that vision, that why woke me up every morning, and it still does. It wakes me up every morning and it says, let's go. Let's go spread this.
I just had a vision of like little Marni and how you're like serving her now and like making little Marni so proud.
I really hope so.
Yeah, you definitely are.
Yeah, it's magical to be feeling like, wow, for the first time in my life, I feel so clear in who I am. I'm so clear in my why that I can now use my voice to share that with the world. And when I say use my voice, I'm not just talking about singing. I'm not just talking about speaking. It's about a way of being. It's a presence.
Your truth.
It's being in truth and sharing that in the world. And something I wanted to come back to, when I was self-abandoning, there were so many times I said yes when I meant no.
This is a good one.
Yeah, this is a good one.
This is,
Let's go there.
We've all done this. I mean, as men too, but I think especially for women.
Yeah. It's really interesting. So I teach a group called Voices. It's a voice activation cohort because I believe that right now we're at the precipice of evolution in consciousness, right?
Spiritual warrior season as well for the next like 30 years.
Absolutely. And so we have a choice right now to choose divisiveness and extinction, ultimately, or connection and evolution. And so I believe in I want the belonging. I want the connection. Let's evolve. Let's grow, right? Yeah. Let's choose in. But in that, what's critical is attunement to each of our unique resonant frequencies. And those of us that believe we have a message to share in the world, that we know like what's happening right now isn't what's going to work moving forward. And we want to be a part of the change. Those of us that know that we have that message, many of us have at some point adopted a belief that our voice doesn't matter or we have to be quiet.
It's not enough.
It's not enough. One person. Right. And that's a key thing right now is bringing these people together. So I have this community for voice activation for these people to stand together, to rise together. And what's really interesting is I've found that it's actually men who the majority of my group is actually men right now. It's a
I love
really wonderful mix. I thought it was going to be an all women group, and it's like it's very mixed, but I think predominantly male. And when I'd have these enrollment conversations to say, why do you want to be a part of this? Is this a good fit? One of the big things that resonated the most for them was I say yes when I mean no. And there was this people pleaser.
Yeah.
So I do believe it is.
Can't relate to that either.
No. None of this is relatable. I know it's terrible. I feel so alone. So the thing is that it is very much a female problem, a woman problem, and it's also a human problem. It's a human problem. How many of us have betrayed ourselves because we didn't know who we were, right? Because we knew who we wanted to be or thought we were supposed to be so that we could be loved.
Yeah, we're wanting connection over authenticity.
Yeah. But what's really available is a deeper connection than we ever knew possible in authenticity. And that's where the voice comes in. And that's where I think music comes in because it brings coherence. And when I speak my truth, the people who resonate with that truth come in. Yeah. Versus I had a lot of options. Like I remember with dating, I had a lot of options. Right? It's great. We're doing great here. But it was never anyone I actually wanted to date.
Yeah.
Or their values didn't align with mine. And then I would try to kind of, let me fit into the box of what I think you want so that we can, get together and make babies or whatever.
Maybe this will align in the future too.
Maybe I can convince him.
Potential. maybe he's different. Maybe I'm different. Maybe I don't even know who I am. Maybe I do like that.
Right. Maybe I would like that.
Yeah.
Maybe he knows who I am better than I do.
Maybe he'll like me if I like that.
Whatever mask I was putting on,
Mm-hmm.
right? But now it's like, I'm so clear on who I am. You can't convince me otherwise. Like I know myself now. And I think that comes with age also, like experience, lots of life experience, lots of failing.
Lots of work too. And
great deal of work. Yeah. And play.
Yeah. Lots of play.
Lots of play.
And owning the responsibility of becoming.
Yeah. And as I do more and more own who I be, the people that resonate with my authentic truth are attracted in and are called in. Yeah. And it's magic because there's no pretense. There's no pretending. It's just, this is what we're co-creating together. And isn't that fun? And isn't that cool? That.
So what is the process like of working with someone with voice activation as far as like when they come to you, moving through the work with you, and then after? I'm sure it's a little bit different. It's very individual with people, but what do you notice?
All pretty much the same, right? Like,
cool.
Yeah. I mean, of course, everyone is very unique.
Everyone is so unique and individual and has their own frequency.
Snowflake, and yes. No, it's usually pretty simple. Everybody has a unique frequency, period. And that frequency has a sound or a song. And so the first step is hearing the song of the person who is in front of me.
You hear it.
I hear it. Yeah. I call it a soul song. I want to say it was probably about 5 or 6 years ago, I started hearing music around people. I was deep in a medicine ceremony, a process called the Camino Rojo, which is a native tradition of certain ceremonies like Temazcal or Sweat Lodge. What else did we do? Vision quests, where you go out into the wilderness for 4 days, no water, just praying, no food. Sundance, and
What is Sundance? You dance in the sun? What is Sundance?
Sure. Yeah, it's this one was a Lakota Sundance, but it depends on the tribe. But essentially, it's a 4-day tradition where community comes together, and there is dancing, there's offering, but it's again no water, no food, and it's a deep prayer.
Did you do that 8 days in a row, or this is a separate?
No, so I did 2 vision quests, which were preparatory for the Sundance, cool. And so it was over the course of about a year and a half that I was on this path, walking it like that. And then we did certain plant medicines, and it was a whole shebang. But while I was on this shebang, it was deeply transformative. And during one of my vision quests, I started hearing music around people. And I think that I've always experienced life through music. I have a tick where like someone will say something, and inevitably it reminds me of a song. And but the thing is, I can't not sing the song. I don't know. It depends who you ask. Yeah. But I can't not sing that song, right? Yeah. Once I hear it in my head.
I've ridden in the car with you, no?
Yeah, you know. Yeah. Everybody knows. So this experience, I've always experienced life through music. But when I started to hear music around people, I had 2 options. 1, to think I was going crazy. Or 2, to acknowledge that maybe there's something more out there in the universe. And I was just opening up to that possibility.
Was this gradual for you, or did you feel like this all came through all at once after the vision quest and after that journey? Was it? My
relationship to what I was hearing was gradual. The hearing it was instantaneous. Yeah. The awareness that I was hearing it was instantaneous. Yeah. I was probably hearing it for a while and didn't know what it was and didn't connect to it. But there was a moment during my vision quest where all of a sudden I just knew I was hearing music around people and that was their music, like that they were somehow influencing me. It was their frequency that I was interpreting or hearing. And so they're called soul songs, and they're critical because you have a unique resonant frequency. This is like the tuning fork for your soul, right? For you to be in attunement is the most selfless thing that you could do. Not only because you're going to start to live your most aligned life, but because you start to resonate with the frequency of what the divine's trying to bring through you. Yeah. You're that radio station tuned in to the channel of what you're here for. right? And then it brings that in so that people can start to feel you and be impacted by you. And I think that a lot of life is not major, like you're not majorly out of tune, but to be in tune or out of tune, it's pretty razor sharp.
Yeah.
Right? So you're either in alignment or you're out of alignment.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember even with Michael, my ex-fiance, it was close. Like, not the gay part. No.
I was just gonna say, like, was it though?
It was. And I'll tell you why. So a lot of people ask about our sex life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how could you be with a gay man? Some of the best sex of my life.
I think that's not for sure a sign.
That it was aligned? Yeah.
Or that he's gay.
Oh, yeah. No, it's not. But what I'm saying is there was resonance there. There was resonance because there was healing available there. And he represented different elements that I still call in a partner, right? And the life we were living of travel and exploration and creation, all of those things were true for me. So it wasn't that I was like so far off. It was just like, it was close enough that I thought it could be true for a while.
Yeah, but not a full yes.
But it was not a fuck yes.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's...
And if it's not, then it's a no.
If it's not a fuck yes, it's a no, friends. So getting into the attunement, getting into alignment is the most powerful gift that we can give to the world. And these soul songs, what I started to realize was that they are the medicine that I have to offer to help people to resonate with their unique frequency.
Yeah.
And so you asked, is it gradual? Is it instantaneous? While the awareness of it was instantaneous, I did kind of think I was going crazy for a little bit. And
which is totally normal when your psychic gifts start to come in.
Totally. Not the first time I heard something and thought, am I crazy? And chose to believe I'm not, because we're meaning-making machines, so we might as well make meaning that is supportive of us. And the meaning I chose to make was, this is part of the gift I'm here to share with the world.
Yeah.
And I learned later that ayahuasqueros, those who carry the medicine of ayahuasca, which is a plant medicine used in certain indigenous communities for healing purposes mostly. They use what are called icaros, or songs and music is a really big part of the journey, because the frequencies of the music take people into these different depths and these different places with the support of the medicine. Because music is the language of the divine, like always has been, always will be. It is our way of transporting to a different dimension. And just stay with me for a second. The sages of old in India, they used to go and meditate in the field, what Joe Dispenza might call the 5D, right?
Yeah.
When they would, their greatest attempt at bringing back that experience was mantra. So like I told you, I did a mantra in this birthing experience. Mantra is sound.
And a lot of your songs have mantra.
A lot of my songs now have mantra. I really believe in the power of both Sanskrit and, I'll chant in Hebrew sometimes. Like there's all kinds of
different... They're carrying different frequency and different energy within them.
Yes. And so their best attempt at explaining the field was through sound, right? Like, but not words. It was the chanting and the repetitive musical element of it.
Yeah.
And so there's a whole branch of yoga that is just for music and just for sound. But anyway, where were we? So ayahuasqueros, they use music in their ceremonies, but certain tribes, especially back in the day, the ayahuasquero wouldn't give ayahuasca to the patient. That was not the medicine. The ayahuasquero would take the medicine himself or herself, such that they could open their channel to receive the icaro. The icaro, the song was the medicine for the patient. Because that's how powerful
I love that.
Sound is.
So do you take ayahuasca every day? I'm just kidding. when you're
Wouldn't that be fun?
Are you on ayahuasca right now?
The beauty is no.
You don't. Yeah. Not necessary.
High off life.
And I love that though. That the medicine is the song.
The medicine is the song. Music has always been medicine.
And your song is the medicine for you and the world.
Your soul song is your medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so to hear that soul song, it's like a modern day sober icaro. There you go.
I love that.
And so that's how it starts.
With or without ayahuasca.
With or without. I'm not going to be there with your ayahuasca journey, but like go for it. For me, it's a sober icaro.
Sober voice activation.
Sober voice activation. So the first step is finding your song. And then it's understanding, because when the songs come through, there's a lot. I now have an abundance of tools. I've been teaching and studying mysticism and energetics for the last decade to thousands of students around the world. So this has been my bread and butter for a very long time. And then when I decided 2 years ago to share music professionally, to make music, to go all in. That
another big thing.
Another massive transition. Decided to leave the coaching and transformation work that I had been building for a very long time and go all in on music and sharing this voice activation and sharing the music as medicine.
Which was a little bit scary at first.
Incredibly scary. Yeah. I had no idea. Like, there are still moments.
And also I want to say too, how, because I met you at the very beginning of that also. Yeah. And how just gracefully and sometimes always imperfect, which is something that I love about you, but you fucking show up. You show up and you're committed and you're devoted.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's very powerful.
Thank you. Yeah, it was incredibly scary because it was, again, one of those moments where I could choose what I knew or choose the unknown. And the unknown is uncomfortable. And I chose to make it as comfortable as possible. But, you know, a lot of people ask the same questions when you're making a big decision, a life change, right? How are you going to make money? What are you going to do? I didn't have the what.
What's your plan?
What's your plan?
What's your plan? Where are you going to be in 5 years?
Yep.
What are the pros and cons?
I'm like, I don't know. I just know that I woke up with a vision and a purpose. And I know that right now, more than ever, we are at a precipice of collective consciousness. Like we have a choice. And I want to be a part of the conversation that says, I'm choosing in. I'm choosing into connection. I'm choosing into evolution. Yeah. I'm supporting others to do the same.
And you're going first.
And I'm going first.
You're not waiting for somebody else to tell you. You're not waiting for somebody else to clear the path for you.
No, it's just like I trust because like there's this light in my heart that is guiding me forward. And I knew.
And also the cost of not.
Right? Is that not what we've just been talking about this whole time? If I'm not living my truth, then, you know, I want to ultimately be a mom someday. Like, what kind of a mother would I be to let my children believe that there's anything other than authenticity in this world that they can live?
Yeah. And showing them a life of possibility.
Yeah. Yeah. And what I see possible is that music is the most powerful tool for transformation. And in a moment where transformation is exactly what we need in this world, connection is exactly what we need. Music has the potential to create that. And so I believe in healing frequencies. I believe in the power of community coming together, breathing, moving, singing together. And so to create environments and opportunities where that's what's possible and we're doing it consciously, because there's a lot of unconscious subliminal messaging that's received through music and it is hypnotic, right? It is bypassing the conscious mind and going into the subconscious. So what I'm committed to creating with my music is conscious music, not just sleepy meditative music, but that's here for a time of awakening. Yeah. That's here for activating people, for music fun, for dancing, music with purpose. Yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, that is the whole point. And you know,
what have you seen with people that you are working with one-on-one? You do soul song work with them. What happens next? What have you seen? When you're doing the soul song too, is it just sound? Do you sometimes get words? Does it, what's the connection to there?
Yeah.
There.
You know, plugging them in. Yeah, totally.
Where does it plug in?
How do we plug in? Yeah, let's talk about that. I'm just noticing this bracelet is so loud. So don't wear that on a podcast again. So, all right. Soul songs are really fascinating to me because they, like everything, your podcast has a soul song. Your vision has a soul song. Your relationship has a soul song. The baby that you birth has a soul song, right? Like everything has a soul song. This table has a soul song because it's frequency. So everything has a soul song. Soul songs are an entity. Like the soul song is an energy itself. So I think of it as her, is constantly connecting to me and evolving and getting more and more powerful. So it's really cool to see the evolution of my experience with soul song and what happens. So you're asking about other people's experiences with it. The common things I'm hearing these days, people are like, oh, I have chills, or oh, I saw colors. A lot of people their voice actually changes. So like they were speaking like this, and then all of a sudden they're speaking like this at the end of their song.
Into their being.
People who have physical pain in the body will experience a release in physical pain. Not my most recent, but a couple soul songs ago, I remember he came out and he was like, everything looks clearer and it feels like I was asleep before, but now I'm finally waking up.
Ooh.
I remember that was really cool.
That's so good.
But people have different responses. It's always attuning to what that person is present to and what's going to support them in the moment. A lot of people, this was a really interesting one. This one I've heard a couple of times, but my most recent soul song, he was like, why does that sound so familiar? Like, wait, what song is that?
Because it's
I was like, soul. Babe, it's your song. It's not because it sounds like another song.
Do we only have one soul song?
No. No. You have many soul songs. And your soul song
is it based on where you're at on your journey, what you're experiencing, like what's necessary at that time?
I'm still figuring that out. I'll give you my best guess. And it's a thing I'm developing. So like, I guess I'm the one to decide. But I think that there is a song that will resonate with you in this moment right now and support you in all areas of your life. If you ask me, Marni, can you tune into my song for this? We'll tune into the song for that, right? Because literally everything has a song. Everything. Your projects, your whatever. I love finding relationship songs. I sang a couple down the aisle for their wedding.
Oh, I love that.
With their relationships along. Everything has a song.
You can save marriages with soul songs.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, if you need help, if your marriage is on the brink, get a soul song. No, yeah, they exist for everything, and every moment has a soul song. Because, like I said,
it's also
we're
how
singing
you
it every
can
moment.
hear the same song over and over and over again, but sometimes it just hits different. Yeah. Or sometimes you pick up on a different lyric differently. Yes. Or,
Absolutely. Because it's a different version of you that song is meeting in that moment. Yeah. So there's different frequencies, different elements that you're going to hear at this point.
I love that.
But I think, there's a core song that I'll find that is typically the resonant song with that person in that moment. For some people, we'll have it fully produced. So they have like this orchestral experience and it's like their walk-on song kind of a thing. Other people,
their walk-on. I love that.
Yeah, it's their walk-on song. And
owning my voice.
That's it. This is me.
This is my soul.
This is my soul. In song.
Hear me roar.
Exactly that. But here's what's really interesting. Nobody is alone, right? Yes, you're unique. Yes, you have your unique frequency. But your frequency is resonant with so many people. All the souls that you're here to support, whether that's your lineage, the people that came before you, those that are coming after you, or the spirits of everybody that you come in contact with, everybody that this podcast goes out to, right? Your spirit resonates with them. Therefore, your song will be resonant with them too. So your song will very likely have a theme in this moment that it's supporting or shifting something for. And that song isn't just for you. That's the beauty. You get to share your soul song. Ooh, it's for everybody.
I love that.
So yeah,
I love that. Do you want to do one?
I would love to. Yeah.
You can do one for.
Tell me. What are we tuning into?
Let's tune into just what's supportive for the podcast so that it serves whoever's listening. Are we able to do that?
Yeah, we absolutely can. So,
or you choose. You're the master.
No. This is going to be the podcast. The podcast soul song. All right. So can you tell me, please, the name of your podcast 3 times?
Cosmic Mistress, Cosmic Mistress, Cosmic Mistress.
Okay. So a soul song is a ceremony. So we'll just consciously create and open up this sacred space for that to come through, to open the channel for the song to come through. So to do that, just with the permission of Great Spirit, calling in the ancestors, your ancestors, your lineage, calling in the guardians and the guides of the land where we are, where we were each born, so that this song may be resonant and supportive for each of us in those lands and this land here. And with the permission of these guardians and the space, calling in the energy and the spirits of everyone who will be supported by this podcast, by this song, May we find a song that is in resonance and deep support of this community. Okay. And then we listen. Are we okay volume-wise?
Thank you. So beautiful.
Privilege.
I had a very like visual and like somatic opening experience all here. Thank you so much for sharing.
It's a privilege. And I do believe that generosity with our gifts is critical for living a meaningful and fulfilling life. That if I keep it to myself, it's selfish. But when I share my gifts, I receive in the give and take cycle. Reciprocity. And, you know, to find that song, every time I find a song is a gift for me. I mean, that felt like a recalibration and an opening. And I felt that my experience was a very, very deep throat opening. And it was very upper. It was like, very much here. And I would just say for anybody that's watching or listening to this and receiving the medicine of that song,
please share the podcast if you had any type of experience, and let us know what you did experience.
Very curious to hear. And the message that I received through that song is trust yourself. Trust yourself and share your gifts, because the world needs it now more than ever. And you matter. Your message matters. You matter. But share your gifts. So that's my takeaway.
Thank you so much, Marni. I love you.
I love you too. Thank you for having me. This is so much fun.
Of course. Is there anything you want to share as far as people connecting with you, working with you, anything you have going on that people should be aware of? We'll put your Instagram and all of that in the show notes for people to
definitely like, follow, subscribe, all the things.
Send a DM.
Drop into my DMs.
Be silly.
A few things. One, if you feel like you want to hear your soul song, like you have a message that you're here to share with the world, and you're ready to stop hiding, and you're ready to be seen in the message that you have to share with the world, reach out. I have a few things that I offer. One is the Voices community. We're finishing our first cohort in 2 weeks. It's gone. It's flown by, and it's been extraordinary. So I will 100% be doing another cohort just based off of how powerful this one was and how necessary people's voices are right now.
Yeah. And if you're curious about more information for that,
check me out on Instagram, Marni Mayhem, and marnimae.com/voices. So that's where you can find information on that. I lead community soul songs once a month online. So if you'd like an introduction to this and experience what the community's like, marnimae.com/community-soul-song.
We'll put all of this in the show notes too, so you don't have to remember. And also, if anything's confusing, you can reach out on Instagram.
Just reach out to me on Instagram. Yeah. And then, of course, there's one-on-one work. I don't take on very many coaching clients anymore. It's a very select few people that I'll actually mentor and coach, but I do find soul songs for individuals, groups, and collectives. And so if you are looking to bring this work into your own life or the life of your organization, I am excited to support.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much, Marni.
It's a privilege. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Yay.